Hey guys, so we just completed the basics of the Trunks like tutorial event here, and we're going to go ahead and move into the advanced section. I did the Rising Rush one because it was connected to the Rising Rush that we had in the basic section, but we have a lot to go through here. We have a lot of combos here about arts cancels. We have all this stuff here. We have putting it into practice, and we have character abilities. So let's go ahead and start right away. Oops. And let's see what they say here. So what are arts cancels, when and why to use arts cancels, and things to keep in mind when using arts cancels. Let's see what we got. Advanced, huh? How advanced we talking? All right, so perform an arts cancel 2 times. This one's important. Let's learn about canceling the recovery period after you've used an arts attack. After using a strike or a blast arts, sidestep or forward step in the right time to cancel that period of vulnerability after your attack. This technique can be applied to a wide variety of combos, so you'll definitely want to master it. Let's get right to the demonstration. After your blast arts hits, do a forward step. You can cancel the recovery. Okay, and I feel like this should be in basic. I'm not sure why this is advanced. Do you understand the timing? Yep. Okay. Just do a forward step after activating the strike arts, or use it after the strike arts hits and your character is performing the attack to perform the cancel. There won't be any wait time after using the arts, so you can effortlessly close the distance between you and your opponent. Okay. I'm glad they actually started with this, because I assume the remaining sections are going to build off of that. Yeah, strike cancel, blast cancel. Let's see what we got. We got the strike cancel one next. I assume this is just long range. You just cancel the strike. Swipe to the left or right. All right, let's see. Now let's talk about recovering your key and vanishing gauge in the middle of... Oh, this is just sidestepping. Okay. Yeah, by canceling your arts attack with a sidestep, you can recover your key and vanishing gauge while also continuing your combo. Here are some other benefits. You might draw another arts card. It's harder for an opponent to perform a special cover change, since they won't know if you're going to use a strike or a blast card. Check out this demonstration. All right, let's see this guy sidestep a few times. I actually kind of like that they're showing the inputs on the screen. Like, you guys like the finger icon going up and like to the left. I think that actually is pretty helpful. Does the timing make sense? Yep. All right, let's go ahead and do some side steps. Does it count that one? Oh, it doesn't count the side one. Okay, so you have to do it up first. You know what? I actually like the fact that they are not counting this. So people do this sometimes to sidestep with their strike cards. This is, like, I don't want to say it's incorrect, but this is vastly inferior to just doing this. Right, so instead of sidestepping to the right first, doing this is way better. And they actually did a good job of explaining why. Is because obviously if you strike from long range, it's obvious that you're going for a strike card, right? And they can cover change you. So that's why this is better. So I'm actually glad that they don't count that, and they even explain the reasoning behind that. That is very good. Okay. Oh, what? Didn't count? What the hell? Alright, there we go. Okay. Keep in mind that canceling with a sidestep will reduce the damage of your combo, so use it with intention. Yeah. I mean, there's no reason not to really do it, unless you know for sure that you're going to kill somebody, I guess. Or you want to get in as much damage as possible in a short period of time. Alright, now we have the blast. Is this going to be charge stepping? Let's see. Let's see what this is. Let's move on to the basics of blast cancel combos. After activating a blast art, perform a sidestep in the right time to cancel your action. Okay, this is... Doing so will make it harder for your opponent to interrupt you with a special cover change. While blast combos aren't so great on their own, they're important to keep your opponent guessing and mixing up your attacks. Once you've mastered the blast arts cancel, you'll be able on your way to even more impressive combos. Be sure to practice. Alright, let's see what they're talking about here. After using a blast arts at long distance, perform a forward step to cancel the attack's recovery and then combo. Oh, I see. This is actually a really useful technique that I feel like even advanced players don't take advantage of this. So let me demonstrate what I'm talking about. So a lot of times when somebody lands a blast card from long range, they'll do this. Okay, no, sorry. That wasn't it. They'll do this. Okay, can I do it, please? We'll do this. Right here. And they'll land right here. See where I dashed up to? I dashed to mid-range. Let me do it again. They'll dash here to mid-range. This is not as effective as if you just do this. Right? Because now we're in short range, or close range, and the enemy's not going to have as much of a window to counterattack whatever you're doing. Because if you do this, right? Let's say you do this. Oh, not this, not that. If you do this, and then you do this, the enemy at least has some time to react to your blast card because they have enough time to see that it's coming from mid-range. Whereas if you do this, and then go with the blast card, they don't have time to react to it because it's in close range. So I think it actually is pretty important to, when you're using a blast card from long range, you don't want to go to mid-range after the first blast card. You want to immediately go to close range. And I'm actually really glad that they're showing this. Sorry, you do this. Continue the combo. Yeah, that is a very important thing that I think even advanced players don't usually do a lot of the time. Okay. Alright, what's next? Blast Arts Key Charge. Okay, this is definitely charge step. I will make a few comments about this as well. Or at least one that I've seen people talking about. Alright, so this is where things get interesting. We need to talk about some practical Blast Arts cancel combos. Why don't you just call it charge step? Compared to the basic version, this one will even let you recover some ki during the combo. That also helps get the next attack in, so even if it even has the benefit of giving you more attack options. Here are some other benefits. You might draw another arts card. Ally substitution counts will go down. It's harder for an opponent to perform a special cover change since they won't know if you're going to use a strike or a blast. Yep, all true. All right, let's see what it looks like. Yep, I think them showing you the actual actions on the screen definitely helps as well. So I'm gonna first show, if I even can, what I've seen some people using. I actually got tagged in a Twitter post. Obviously, you know, a beginner or somebody that doesn't really play PvP that often, which is fine. I mean, everyone has a different skill level. Somebody was tagging me and asking, like, why wasn't this counting towards this mission? And I'll show you what they were doing this. Right, so it was like they were doing it and the combo wasn't dropped. Let me see if I could do it. It's actually hard for me to do it because I'm not used to the timing on. It was like this, so you can see the combo still going, right? The combo was still going, but it wasn't. You weren't getting the full amount of the charge in, right? This is what you want to do. You want to get the full charge in and then use the card. All it comes down to is just repetition and practice in terms of knowing the timing of when to do it. Once you understand the timing of charge stepping, it's really not that tough to do. So again, you don't want to do this, even though it technically is, you know, even though the combo technically is still going, it's not that. You want to make sure you have the timing down. It's going to be this. And then didn't have enough ki there to finish. Right here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It looks pretty tough at first, but once you get the timing down and you've done it enough times, it's pretty easy to do. Keep in mind they deal less damage than normal combos. They aren't always the best choice. True. I mean, 98% of the time is probably what you want to be doing, but yeah. Well, I want to see what else they show here, because charge stepping was the main thing that I saw that they were showing in like the news tab. Blast cancel counters. What is this? Let's see what they say about this. This time, let's take a look at the ebb and flow of real battles where you're canceling blast arts. When you use a blast arts card and it seems that your opponent is about to evade it with a vanishing step, that's your chance. Using an arts cancel here is sure to be highly effective. Oh, this is basically just canceling your animations. You can attack. They'll evade the attack, but even if they try to return the favor by canceling the recovery period of your blast arts, you'll be able to perform a vanishing step of your own and dodge their counterattack. Yep, let's see. Okay. Cool. I don't have my vanish. Alrighty, get my vanish back. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good to know that for... Wait, the blast didn't count? What the hell? It didn't count my blast card? Okay. Yeah, that is a good thing to keep in mind. Attacking after a blast starts cancel can be really effective, but if your opponent does a perfect vanish, you might not be able to evade in time. It's not that you might not, you won't. They may even change up the timing of their counterattack. That's why you got to think carefully about when to use this technique. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I mean, I feel like you should always cancel your blast card anyway, no matter what they're doing. So, all right, let's quit out of there. Go to the next one. Combos with ultimate arts. Okay. Combos with ultimate. Is this just like? Okay, let's see. This time, let's try using a main ability in the middle of your combos. Is this going to be like switching into another character and then pressing the main and connecting or something? Let's see. Isn't that awesome? If you can use your main ability after an arts attack, you can even combo into an ultimate arts. This is the kind of combo you'll see in just about every battle. It's one just about everyone should learn. True. Let's get right to the demonstration. Okay, I mean, this is not... I wouldn't really consider this an advanced thing, but sure. Okay. I think we could probably skip this. Let's just get through this one. Pretty sure everybody knows this. I thought this was going to be like switching into a different character in the middle of a combo and landing the ultimate or something. Alrighty. Important to remember that if this combo won't connect if you use the blast arts from longer. That is true, but again, this is something they should visually show on the screen. Right, just saying this is fine, but people aren't really like it's tough for this game. It's tough to envision what people are talking about when you're reading like this as text. Like it's not very intuitive. So I wish they would have shown stuff like this on screen. Okay, that was pretty easy. What's the next one? Switching characters mid-combo, and then there's a basic and an advanced version. I guess in the advanced version they might show the switching into an ultimate or something. Let's see. See what the basic one is. Let's learn some basic combos that incorporate character switching. With this kind of combo, it's important to pay attention to your opponent's character. That way you can pick a character that has the element advantage and continue your combo. I'll see what they do. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is just continuing a combo when you switch. I guess that is pretty important, though, huh? All right, let's go, Beerus. Does this count? Let's see. Does that count it? It does not count it. Okay, I'm actually really glad that they are not counting that once again, because so for example, if I do this and then I switch to Beerus and then I attack from long range here, the combo is still connected, and I switched in the middle of the combo, but you're attacking from long range, and it's very obvious that you're going for a strike. So you don't want to do that. You want to do it this way instead, which is the way that they're showing you, which I'm happy that that's what they're doing. You want to swipe up first and then switch. So I do like that. I like that they're showing it this way, because this is the correct way to do it. Oh, my Gohan's on cooldown. There it is. All right, let's just do it this way, I guess. Cool. Okay, I mean, that is good to know. For this combo, you don't just have to use your strike arts, you can also follow up with blast arts. However, if you're too far from your opponent, a blast arts won't be fast enough to reach your opponent in time. Alright, let's see what the advanced one looks like. It's probably going to be like landing blue card or something. Let's see. This is the last section of this subheading here. Now let's check out a more advanced combo that integrates character switching. With this combo, look carefully at your opponent's character. You can continue the combo after you've switched to a character that has an elemental advantage. That's not all. If you land a blast arts at close range, then you can... Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. Then you can even use a main ability after switching. This is actually a really useful thing because I think a lot of people don't, like a lot of newer or less experienced players don't know that you can do this. And I'm going to explain the reasoning why this works. So the first thing to note about this is there's a reason they're giving you a full hand of blast cards, right? Because if you had a strike card and you tried to do this, it wouldn't work. And the main reason why it wouldn't work is because if you go for a blast card, look at where Trunks lands when the blast card finishes. Trunks is landing in mid-range. If I had gone for a strike card right here, Trunks would have landed in long range. And so the difference between Trunks landing in long range and Trunks landing in mid-range means that if you had striked Trunks here, he goes to long range. Then if you attempted to switch to Gohan and pop the main ability to use the ultimate, Gohan would have to travel the entire screen with his ultimate to get to Trunks, and that doesn't leave enough time for the ultimate to connect, which is why Trunks would be able to vanish. So the reason why this works is because blast cards send the character that you're fighting to mid-range, which means that you have enough time to go into Gohan, pop the ultimate, and then the ultimate is already like in melee range. So you don't have to worry about the travel time to get there. So let's just do this. Alright, so now Trunks is going to get hit by this because we were already in close range because we used the blast card. And that's why you can only do that off of blast card hits. Anyway, that's just the... That's the, I guess, philosophy behind why this works. I feel like they probably should explain that because otherwise people are just going to be like, oh, well, it works because it works that way. I think it is important to know why it works that way. It's like math class. Showing your work is what's the saying? It's, at least when I was in school, they used to be like, oh, showing your work is more important than the answer. I don't think that's true, but I think understanding why things are the way that they are important for this game. This combo only works when you're at close range to your opponent, but it's seriously powerful if you land it. Yep. Okay. I'm actually really glad that they showed that too. That is important. All right, so that is the full section done that we just looked at. This is going to be a long video. This was the combo section. So we move on to the putting it into practice section. Switching characters effectively. Let's see what this is about. All right, so my game actually crashed, so we're going to go ahead and load in again. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. All right, so this is what? Changing characters effectively? What does this say? We're going to have to discuss how to use character switching effectively during battle. Did you know that switching characters after you use a vanishing step will actually refill the vanishing gauge? Whoa! Yeah, this is actually one of the more important things you could possibly know in this game. Like, this is the way you defend in the game. Alright, so we're going to dodge him, switch to Goku and dodge. I mean, it's a pretty basic thing, but I think it is important for people to know that this is how it works. And it doesn't always have to be you doing this exact same thing over and over again. Like if he does this, I can go to Shallot, for example. Well, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Like if I went to Shallot here. Okay. Let's reset. Alright, go with a blast. I could go to Shallot, go to Vegeta, and then go with that. I mean, it's going to depend on what your opponent does at the same time, right? So they're just showing this one method for now. Okay. Switch characters at the right time according to the situation as your ally's substitute count permits. It's good that they showed that. Alright, let's go to about perfect vanishes. Wow. Such a good mechanic. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is not a good mechanic. This is a terrible mechanic. Okay, have you ever heard about perfect vanishes? I better fill you in. You win the game if you PV somebody. There you go. Using perfect vanish will make it even easier to counterattack. Watch this demonstration. Oh my god, he's so skilled. Look how skilled he was. If you successfully perform a perfect vanish, special effect will be displayed. If your opponent is out there firing off blast darts over and over, it can be pretty hard to counter. And if they use a wide range attack, a vanishing step won't cut it. The attack will still land, so pay careful attention to which character is on the field. Didn't even do it? What? It didn't even let me do it. That was dumb. What the hell? At least let me practice. Okay. Alright, character abilities. About special cover changes. Let's see what this one is. I'm actually going to be kind of curious to see if they show you how to drop combo. Have you ever heard about special cover changes? It's a special ability that some powerful fighters have. Basically, they're cover changes with special bonus effects, and they can be used to interrupt an opponent's combo. Check out this demonstration first. You'll be able to get the timing for special cover changes in no time. All right. This is going to be Gogeta's cover change. Okay, pretty good. I like this one. Okay. One thing I'd say about this too is I'd recommend not immediately clicking the other character, because sometimes your opponent, like, let's just let this go through here. Like, I don't want to click it right now in case they decide to drop the combo. Like, I want to wait for them to be like more than halfway across the screen before I click my character here. So let's wait for him to go for an attack here. I'm gonna click my character right now, so I know that he's going for it. I mean, it takes a bit of a reaction time to get that down, but that's the best way to cover change. Some characters can nullify special cover changes with their abilities. If your opponent predicts that you're going for a special cover change, they might drop the combo on purpose. Yeah, please show that. So be extra careful when you're trying to activate a special cover change. They're not going to show that. Alright, this better be in a future... This better be in one of the remaining sections here, because that is super important. Oh, here we go. Yeah, dealing with special cover changes. Alright, let's see. Let's see if they show that here. I mean, they better. It's one of the most important things you can do in the game right now with how many cover change characters there are. It's like every character that releases has one. Alright. Your opponent can also use special cover changes, so I guess you'll need to know how to deal with that. When it seems like your opponent is ready to use the special cover change, all you need to do is pause for a bit and then attack again. Sure. Watch the demonstration so you can learn the timing for avoiding an opponent's special cover change. Okay. Okay. Is he gonna sidestep? Okay. Yeah, I mean that is a solid way to do it. I mean, there's multiple ways to drop combo, right? That's one of them. I prefer to use the charge method, which at least, like, because basically what this guy just did is he sidestepped, which gave him some key back, right? But you're missing out on some extra key you could be getting during the period of time where you're dropping the combo, aka not doing anything. So instead of sidestepping, I like to just charge, because at least you're gaining additional key from doing that while you're waiting for your opponent to cover change. Let's see. Let's see if they count this. I'm actually curious. They do. Okay, I'm actually really glad that they counted that, because that is, in my opinion, a better way of doing it. But I don't think the sidestep way is bad, because the sidestep way kind of baits people into cover changing when they see a sidestep. A lot of times people will wait for your character to specifically sidestep and then click their cover change. So that does actually have a pretty effective way of making your opponent switch. But I just prefer this way, the charging way, because it gets you a bit of extra key. It lets you squeeze in a little bit of extra key. So let's do the sidestep one this time. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I mean, I'm glad that they have you do this, because that is a very important thing. Honestly, one of the most important things that they've shown so far. If your opponent predicts when you're going to stop your combo, they'll be ready to evade with a vanishing step. Mix up your attack patterns so you won't get predictable. Yeah, so basically what he's saying is your opponent can predict your drop combo. So if I do what I just did, and my opponent thinks that I'm going to drop the combo, they won't switch, and then obviously your combo is dropped, so they can then vanish your attack. So that is, I'm happy that, again, I feel like I've said this a million times at this point. I'm happy they're mentioning these things, but they should do a demonstration and show that, because it's tough to imagine this as a beginner player. All right, I think we have one more section or two more sections. Two more about armor. Is this blast armor? Let's see. I guess it's like it's probably blast armor. Blast armor and like what? Like God Vegeta's cover change or something. What about blast armor? Have you heard of that ability? Oh yeah. When an arts attack is blast armor, then even your opponent lands a blast arts, the attack will continue. I mean, you don't want to do this. You don't want to use it from long range. They're gonna make me use it from. This is okay. This might be the first one where I really don't like this. Like, he has a chance to, like, okay, you do this from long range, your opponent has a chance to just vanish out of this. You don't want to do this from long range. You want to move into close. You want to move into mid range and then do it. Because if we do it this way, he has no time to react now. Whereas from long range, he could have just dodged. So I don't like the way that they're showing this, because they should emphasize that your opponent can dodge from long range, whereas from mid range they can't. When you have blast armor, your opponent won't be able to stop your attacks with their blast arts. Remember that you'll still take damage from the blast arts even with blast armor, so be careful. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, again, they should at least mention that from long range you can have your opponent vanish you from that. So. Okay, we have one more section here, and this is about counters. What is this, like Gogeta Blue's counter? Is that what this is? Ice Shenron's green card? Please be Ice Shenron. Please have him be the character I'm using. Oh no, it's Vegeta. Okay, I mean, this is the blast counter from long range. Super skilled warriors will sometimes have abilities called counters. I bet you haven't seen this before. Oh, yeah, I have. Yamcha! We have baseball Yamcha on the team. Fighters that have the ability to counter will nullify certain arts attacks and then follow up with a counter attack. Some characters can activate counters against specific attacks from your opponents. Even if you can't do a vanishing step, you'll be able to nullify an opponent's attack and counter attack. Here's a demonstration of the correct timing for activating counters. Let's take a look. Okay. I mean, you're not gonna ever do this from mid range like this. Okay. I'm gonna back up here because it's impossible to do from mid range unless you absolutely know your opponent's gonna do a blast card. All right, nice. Okay. Different fighters will have different conditions for activating their counters. You can check the character details to see which fighters have counters. And I guess that's all of the training sections here. Let's see what he says, if there's anything that happens. Okay, there's nothing. It's just we're done. Okay. I feel like they actually did a good job of covering all like the basic stuff. Right? I think the Rising Rush thing was interesting. It actually told you how to land Rising Rushes from long range, like countering someone's blast card. The timing is pretty strict when it comes to that, but I think that is at least good that they mentioned it. A lot of stuff about combos. Charge stepping was in here. We had canceling the animation. We had switching your characters out to get your vanish back and then vanishing again. And then we had stuff like perfect vanish with it. I mean, they didn't really like demonstrate that well, I don't think. And then we had the chaining ultimates when you switch characters was a good one. And then I think dropping combos was really important as well. So they actually did show a lot of good techniques here. Something that I actually hope that they do is I hope that they continue to update this. Like, I don't want this just to be done here. Like, they should continue to update. Like, maybe add like an expert tab. Like, we have basic and advanced right here. I would say that everything in basic is like mega basic. Like, I would say half of the stuff in the advanced tab could be considered basic. And then I think adding an expert tab here and then adding a bunch of other sections could definitely be pretty good. I think this is a really good addition to the game. I think it'll let players understand the game better. And then one thing I wish they would do, actually two things I wish they would do, is to, first of all, show things more visually. So like instead of saying, oh, well, be careful because your opponent can do this if this happens, like instead of just explaining that, just show it. It would be a lot more easy for people to understand if it was shown. And then number two, I would like for them to explain why certain things work. Like, for example, we had the thing where you connect in Ultimate after you switch characters and you use your main ability. Like, why does that only work after blast cards? Well, it's because strike cards send your opponent too far away on the screen, so where the travel time becomes too long for you to be able to connect the combo. Like, at least explain why it works like that, so that in the future people have a decent understanding and grasp of how the game works. But overall, I do think this was a pretty good addition to the game. Again, it'll let newer players or players that aren't as experienced get into the flow of things and understand how the, I guess, flow of battle works. So let me know down below what you guys thought of this. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next one.